And Blake Griffin was also a guy where very athletic,
I
and the
think Blake
talent was
Griffin
there.
is if he's
Hmm.
healthy, he's one of the best power forwards in the game. But the problem is he gets injured a
Hmm.
lot. That's the real problem here, right?
I think the
Yeah,
injury is one thing. He was so athletic, but I think the other thing, and his talent was really good. I mean, he was very mobile for a power forward and very
and a
athletic.
great passer.
But
I
I
think he
think,
averaged like four or
in,
five assists a game. Like, yeah,
but I think one issue I had with
yeah.
Blake Griffin's game, and I think was also a problem for them in the playoffs, was that Blake Griffin is the type of guy where he's talented enough that for a power forward, he's pretty quick.
Hmm.
Um, you know, pretty good feet for a power forward, so he's pretty agile. But the thing is, he is talented enough where he can actually score in multiple ways. Like the guy has a mid-range jump shot, he
Hmm.
can face up. He can post up a little bit, and he's got one of those mid-range kind of floating shots and kind of those like halfway hook shots. But the thing is, he's kind of on offense. On offense, he's kind of a jack of all trades, but a master of none. And I see that with a lot of
Yeah,
stars nowadays, where you see the guy, he can score like, oh, he can hit the shot, he can post up a little bit, he's got a little bit of bunny hook shot, but none of these are actually their bread and butter. They're not like super efficient with any of these moves where it's almost like, oh damn, he's at a spot, and now he's gonna have to score. We have to double team him, or he's gonna score on us. But I find Griffin is the type of guy where he can score in so many places, but none of those places are his bread and butter. So yeah, he can score a little bit, in the paint. He can score a little bit, taking a
hmm,
pull-up jump shot. But none of these are something where the other team is just, like killing themselves figuring what to do, because I find it's pretty hit and miss whether he's going to make the shot or not. And I think that was one knock on Blake Griffin's game.
yeah. I have him.
Yeah.
I have him ranked pretty similar to Chris Webber because actually I think their careers are very similar. They have very similar stats. They both get injured. Their career. I mean, they
Mm-hmm.
have both injury prone. They have very similar stats. They're both two of the
Mm-hmm.
best passing big men ever.
Yeah. Chris Webber special. I think
Yeah.
Chris Webber for me, I would take Chris Webber over Blake Griffin, because when Chris Webber was really
Hmm.
in Sacramento, that was yeah, he was really special as a power forward, because the difference between Blake Griffin and Chris Webber is I think Chris Webber has more fundamentals when he plays, because in the post during
Hmm.
Sacramento time, Chris Webber in the post was a killer. A lot of players couldn't stop him in the post because the guy can actually really score at a very efficient high clip in the post. I still remember when the Lakers and Sacramento were playing in the playoffs. One end, it was Shaq scoring and no one could stop him. And the other end, Chris Webber was matching up with him, like basket by basket. And the other side, the Lakers power forwards couldn't guard Chris Webber at all in,
Yep.
in, in the block. And and it's because he's got so much more skill and fundamentals that really it's just pretty amazing when you watch him play. Really, really skilled, really, really, really skilled power forward. And it's something that you don't really see very often in the NBA right now. And I don't see so Blake Griffin doesn't quite have that level of skill and that level of consistency in the post that you see
That's fair
Chris
enough.
Webber had, in my
Fair enough.
opinion.
That was one of the
Yeah.
great forgotten teams, the 2002 Kings.
That was a really, really, really good team. I mean, you got Vlade Divac, Peter Stojakovic,
Yeah,
Mike Bibby, Chris Webber, and they had a really good coach too. That's something that people can't forget. They had a really, really,
they were
really good coach.
very close to
Uh,
going to the finals.
yeah, yeah. Rick Adelman. Rick Adelman, in my opinion, was also one of the great coaches. So they had the coaching, they had all the players, and they had the motivation. Yeah.